he's a resilient man. He brings positive aura to our own club, and he learned this positive attitude by surrounding himself with great, amazing, positive people. And he's always improving and helping others to become a better version of himself. And he's none other than Toastmaster Dinesh. Toastmaster Dinesh, my journey so far, Toastmaster Dinesh.
Embracing fear, my journey so far.
Embracing fear, my journey so far. Toastmaster Dinesh, embracing fear, my journey so far. Embracing fear, my journey so far. Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you. Am I audible at the back? Yes. As I stand here today, I could not resist but recall a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt, who is an American politician and author. And the quote says, "Do one thing every day that scares you." And today, I'm embracing that statement. Before I proceed, let me ask you a question. Have you ever failed? Everybody has failed. I'm still looking for someone who said, "I never failed." Thomas Edison, he failed numerous times before inventing a bulb. Our own Chandrayaan mission, it failed twice before it became success. Moving on, I'll take you to the times when I was in school, 30 years ago probably. My teacher asked me to prepare for a speech because I was a student who was not brilliant but obedient and good in studies. And the speech was in Hindi, which says Bhavishya ki chinta, that translates into worrying about future. Since I was a good student, I prepared for that speech for 3 days, learned every word, almost crammed. And for the dry run, I was there in the assembly. My turn came and I went too fast. I barely finished my speech for 1 minute that my teacher stopped me and said, "It's okay." I was disqualified. And that very moment defined next 30 years in my life. I never dared to speak in public. Now, moving forward, 30 years after, it was a one fine morning on September 30th, I still recall the date, in 2020, I saw an unexpected invite from my manager who was based in Canada, Ottawa. Well, my instinct sort of gave me an alarm that something is not right. That meeting happened at 4:30 evening IST, which was very early for him, and I was in the meeting. There was my boss and the HR person, and I was asked to leave. That moment shattered me. I was so broke that I could not speak or talk to anyone for a week. Because I was the good performer, recently promoted, but still that happened with me. And those times, I recalled some of the words from my previous manager that life starts in 30s. Hey, don't judge me, I'm still young. And that gave me a new perspective, altogether new perspective to look at the challenges. If I reflect back, I did pretty well in my life. Worked with some good companies, had great managers, learned Japanese, once almost married to a Japanese girl in US, and saw the world, no regrets. But still something was kicking me every time, that I burned a lot of bridges. And because of that, I really had difficult times when I was being laid off. That time gave me a lot of opportunities to think and reflect back what I can do better. Public speaking in front of people was something that I really had to work on. So I worked upon that. It gave me time to think about what's not right for me. Anyways, moving forward, I learned in life there's always some invisible powers that work in behind. And in my case, there were 2 invisible powers which changed my life. One was the power of networking. But in my days when I had no job, I somehow managed to connect with people. And guess what? I got my next job within 1 month in a consulting firm. And I really had a nice time there. Next job, again through networking, through LinkedIn. And the very reason I'm standing here is because of networking. Yes, I got my recent job through networking. So that power of networking has really worked well in my case. The second is power of change. I read a small book, I think you must have heard of that book, Who Moved by Cheese by Spencer Johnson. This is one of the best selling books. And that book just changed my life in the perspective to look at change. Now I look change as an opportunity to grow. When I reflect back, I see a lot of moments when I was a failure, but that failure made me strong. That failure made me to become a better version of myself. And when today I'm standing here, I may not be a perfect person, but I'm still a better version of myself. As I reflect back, I see there have been a lot of failures, fears, setbacks that at the particular point of time let me down, but they helped me to become and come back strong. Thank you. That's all from my side. Thank you for listening to me.